Greetings everyone, Melderon here. Welcome to another Classic WoW.live guide. Today we're going to do something a little bit more fun. We're going to be doing the Classic WoW Darkmoon Faire guide. Before we begin, I want to thank Nick Necrostain and VX Cosmos for doing a lot of the legwork, most of the legwork in fact, providing me the information for this guide. Thank you both very much. This guide will show you the importance and fun that the Darkmoon Faire can provide for Classic WoW, and how its events, buffs, and items you can get could really both increase the efficiency of your leveling process or even help you out endgame. As with all my guides, guys, there will be timestamps in a pinned comment below, and the slides will be available in Google Slides if you'd wish to rather go through the guide at your own pace. Links to Google Slides will be in the description below. Let's get started. So what is the Darkmoon Faire? Well, it's a week-long, monthly, in-game event available to both Horde and Alliance players. Any level player can go and enjoy the fair, but there will be certain quests and events that are really only available if you're higher level. However, any level player can enjoy the fair, go to it, and see what's going on in it. There are quests, games, prizes, items, and powerful buffs are available to players of all levels. The Darkmoon Faire uses prize tickets as its currency. So if you imagine going to an actual fair in real life, you know that tickets are used for certain events and games and stuff like that. So it's very similar to that. And these prize tickets can be obtained from quests and item turn-ins. They are soulbound, so you can't trade them or mail them or anything like that. And these can be turned in for various prizes. And these are stackable up to 200, but you can have as many on them as you like, and they do not expire, which is great news. So when is the Darkmoon Faire? The Darkmoon Faire will begin with the launch of Phase 3 in Classic WoW along with Blackwing Lair. The Darkmoon Faire starts during the first full week of each month at 12:01 a.m. or 00 hours server time. The actual start day actually changed a lot during Vanilla WoW's development, so we're not 100% sure where it's going to start, but the likely start date is on the Sunday before the first Monday of each month. Other possible start dates could be the Monday after the first Friday of each month, or the Sunday after the first Saturday of each month. Either way, the first full week of the month is when the Darkmoon Faire is going to happen, and it's a week-long event. So where can we find this amazing fair? Well, there are two locations. Either in Elwyn Forest or Mulgore, depending on the month. The location actually alternates each month. If it's in Elwyn, it'll be directly south of Goldshire, right outside the town, and if it's in Mulgore, it'll be right near the elevators that bring you up to the main area of Thunderbluff, the main rise. It'll be right below those elevators. Now, opposing factions can still go if the event is being held in the opposing faction's territory. However, you are subject to be attacked, just keep that in mind, but you can still interact with all the NPCs and do your quests and everything if it's located outside of your home faction's area. Let's go over how you actually get tickets in the Darkmoon Faire. Again, this will be the currency, and we're going to go over each way you can actually get tickets. So getting your first tickets is actually quite easy. The quest name is the Darkmoon Faire, and this is available as low as level 6. And there are two quest givers, Krubin Darkblade and Melderon Darkstone. Krubin can be located in Orgrimmar in the Valley of Strength, and he only appears when the fair is in Mulgore. Melon is located in Ironforge in the Commons area, and only appears when the fair is in Elwyn. Technically, these are both neutral and can give quests to both factions, but I highly recommend don't run into Orgrimmar if you're Alliance, or Ironforge if you're Horde. So you're going to have to wait until the fair is probably in your home area to get this quest. And they will both give you a ticket voucher. And all you have to do is go to Gelvas Grimegate, who is the head carny of the Darkmoon Faire, if you will, seek him out, and he will give you as a reward 5 Darkmoon Faire prize tickets, which is pretty awesome, very easy to get. Highly recommend every player doing this quest when you can and getting those free tickets. Okay, so how about getting more tickets? How do we get more tickets for the Darkmoon Faire? Well, there are 4 NPCs that provide additional quests to get tickets. Each of them provides a set of quests with reputation requirements. That's very important to know that. There are 5 sets of quests. There are level 1 quests, level 10 quests, level 20 quests, 30, and 40. Levels 1 through 30 quests are repeatable as long as you're underneath the rep threshold. The level 40 quests, however, are repeatable no matter what the threshold. There is no rep threshold for the level 40 quests. Keep that in mind when you're trying to farm tickets and rep. So these quests provide Darkmoon Faire prize tickets as a reward, and the amount increases with the level of quests you're actually completing. They also give reputation at a rate of 100 rep per quest regardless of the level of the quest. So each of these quests give 100 rep to the Darkmoon Faire itself. Now, interestingly enough, rep itself really doesn't give you anything, but it's just something to acquire if you want to have rep with another faction in the game. And it also serves as a checking balancing system so you don't exploit lower level quests to get tickets. But we'll explain that in a second. So let's go over each type of quests. So at level 1, the quest available from Yeb Nebelgear, who is your, I guess you can call him the hunting NPC, he requires you to go out and hunt certain beasts and bring back some, usually what is vendor trash during normal parts of the year, but will be used for the Darkmoon Faire. So the first quest available is Small Furry Paws. It will give you 100 rep and 1 ticket. The requirement is though you have to be under 500 to get this quest neutral. So if you're above that, you cannot accept this quest. The reason this is in place is because imagine if you're level 60, you can mow down these mobs very easily and allow you to get tickets at a much faster rate. That's why there's reputation requirements for these quests. It tasks you with collecting and turning in 5 small fairy paws, and these drop off of various cat NPCs level 11 to 14 in the Barrens and Darkshore. The next quest is Copper Modulator, and this comes from Ringling, who always gives quests related to the engineering profession. This is attainable level 1, gives 100 rep and 1 ticket, and you have to be under 600 neutral to accept this quest. And the objective is collect and turn in 5 copper modulators, and this is required from engineering, and you get it at level 1, which is in Apprentice. The reagents are 2 handful copper bolts, 1 copper bar, and 2 linen cloth. These modulators also drop off of many NPCs, and they are also sold by engineering supply vendors, so if you don't have engineering, you might still be able to do this quest. Next is the Coarse Weightstone, and this is given by Kerry Hicks, who is the blacksmithing quest giver. And you can take this at level 1, the rep reward is 100, and the ticket reward is 1, and you have to be under 600 neutral to pick this up. The objective is to collect and turn in 10 Coarse Weightstones. These are required from blacksmithing, the required level to craft them is 65, and the reagents are 1 coarse stone and 1 wool cloth. Next, we have the Carnival Boots, which is given by Kronos, who is the leatherworking quest giver. You can get this at level 1, gives 100 rep, as all the quests do, so I'll stop saying that now, and 1 ticket reward. The requirement is they have to be under 600 neutral as well, and the objective is to collect and turn in 3 embossed leather boots, and these are obtained from leatherworking. The required level to craft is 55, and the reagents are 8 light leather and 5 coarse thread. You'll start to see a pattern here, and the same 4 NPCs will give quests. Basically, the requirements will get a little bit tougher as the level requirement goes up. So now for the level 10 quest, and Yeb now wants some torn bear pelts. This will give 4 tickets as a reward, and the requirement is you have to be under 1100 neutral with the Darkmoon Faire. The objective is to collect and turn in 5 torn bear pelts, and these drop from various bear NPCs level 21 to 30 in Hillsbrad Foothills, Ashenvale, and Stone Talon Mountains. For level 10, Ringling wants Whirling Bronze Gizmos. This is a level 10 quest, will reward 4 tickets, same requirement, have to be under 1100 neutral, and the objective is to collect and turn in 7 Whirling Bronze Gizmos. Required from engineering, required level to craft is 125, which is Journeyman, and the reagents are 2 bronze bars and 1 wool cloth. For level 10, Kerry wants some heavy grinding stones. This will reward you with 4 tickets, and the same rep requirement at 1100 neutral, and the objective is to collect and turn in 7 heavy grinding stones. This is acquired from blacksmithing, required level to craft is 125 Journeyman, and the reagents are 3 heavy stone. For Kronos' level 10 quest, he wants to make some Carnival Jerkins, and for doing this he'll reward you 4 tickets, and the rep requirement is under 1100 neutral. The objective is to collect and turn in 3 toughened leather armor. These are made from leatherworking. The required level to craft is 120, the reagents are 10 medium leather, 6 cured light hides, and 2 fine thread. Now for level 20 quests. Yeb wants you to hunt down some wolves and bring back some soft bushy tails. The level requirement is 20. This rewards 8 tickets and it requires you to be under 1700 neutral to complete. The objective is to collect and turn in 5 soft bushy tails, which drop from various wolf NPCs level 31 to 39 in Desolus and the Badlands. For Ringling's level 20 quest, he wants you to bring back some green fireworks. The ticket reward is 8 for this, requirement is under 1700 neutral, and the objective is to collect and turn in 36 green fireworks. These are acquired and made from engineers, but it requires a pattern to make. The required level to craft is 150, which is Journeyman or Expert. The reagents are 1 heavy blasting powder and 1 heavy leather. The heavy blasting powder requires engineering to make and requires 1 heavy stone. The pattern can be bought from either Crash Sparks in Booty Bay or Gag Sprocket in Ratchet. Cost is 18 silver, and the pattern is limited, so you have to make sure that the pattern is available, so you might have to stock this if you want this pattern. However, these green fireworks can also be purchased during 2 other in-game events, the Harvest Festival or the Midsummer Fire Festival from various NPCs, so if that's going on in your server, you might just want to buy them from them. The level 20 quest for Kerry Hicks is Green Iron Bracers. 8 tickets are rewarded for this. The rep requirement is under 1700 neutral. The objective is to collect and turn in 3 Green Iron Bracers, which are made from blacksmithing. Required level of craft is 165, and their reagents are 6 iron bars and 1 green dye. For level 20, Kronos wants to make the world's largest gnome. The ticket reward for this quest is 8, requirement is under 1700 neutral, and the objective is to collect and turn in 3 barbaric harnesses, which are acquired from leatherworking. Required level to craft is 190 or expert. The reagents are 14 heavy leather, 1 iron buckle, and 2 fine thread. Now, iron buckles are made from journeyman blacksmiths at the cost of 1 iron bar, so you're going to have to either buy these from the auction house or get it from a blacksmithing friend to complete this quest. Now moving on to the level 30 quests. Yeb, this time, wants you to get some vibrant plumes from some birds of prey, or alkins, and other types of beasts that also drop vibrant plumes. The ticket reward is 12 now for level 30 quests, and the requirement is to be under 2500 neutral. The objective is to collect and turn in 5 of these vibrant plumes, which drop from various owls, vultures, harpies, griffins, and owlkin NPCs level 25 to 60, located literally pretty much everywhere. So you can have your pick of where you're going to farm these vibrant plumes. For level 30, Ringling wants you to bring some mechanical repair kits. 12 tickets are your reward. Requirement is under 2500 neutral. And the objective is to collect and turn in 6 of these mechanical repair kits. And these are made from engineering. The required level to craft is 200 expert. The reagents are 1 mithril bar, 1 solid blasting powder, and 1 mage weave cloth. Now the solid blasting powder also requires engineering, and you'll need 2 solid stones to make 1. Carrie Hicks for level 30 wants you to bring her a big black mace. It's a 12 ticket reward. Sorry. This rewards you with 12 tickets. The requirement is under 2500 neutral, and the objective is to collect and turn in 1 of these maces. This is acquired from blacksmithing. The required level to craft is 230 or artisan. The reagents are 16 mithril bars, 4 shadow gems, 2 thick leather, 1 black pearl, and 1 solid grinding stone. And solid grinding stones are made by blacksmiths and require 4 solid stones to make. For level 30, Kronos wants to make a Crocolisk Boy and the Bearded Murloc, and he needs 1 turtle scale leggings to do that. The ticket reward is 12, and the requirement is under 2500 neutral. These legs are learned from a leatherworking pattern and require leatherworkers to make. The required level to craft is 235 artisan. The reagents are 14 thick leather, 28 turtle scales, and 1 heavy silken thread. The pattern is learned from master leatherworking trainers only. For the Horde, that's Harana Ironhide and Foralis at 7443, and for Alliance, that's Drac Stonehand in the Hinterlands at 1343. Now for level 40 quests. These are repeatable, so you can do as many of these as you want to keep earning tickets once you're past level 40. Also, just so you know, these quests are repeatable, but you only get rep for the first time you do it, not subsequent times you do it. So if you're trying to get rep up for the Darkmoon Faire, you will not get additional rep for doing these quests over and over again. So Yeb this time wants you to collect some glowing Scorpid blood. Ticket reward is now 20 for level 40 quests, and there is no rep requirement. The objective is to collect and turn in 10 glowing Scorpid bloods, and these drop from various Scorpid NPCs level 52 to 58 located in Silithus, the Burning Steppes, and Searing Gorge. At level 40, Yeb has another quest for you to collect evil bat eyes. This also rewards 20 tickets and has no rep requirement. The objective is to collect and turn in 10 of these evil bat eyes, which drop off various bat NPCs level 53 to 58 in the Eastern Plaguelands. For your level 40 quest, Rinling wants you to bring him some Thorium Widgets. This also rewards 20 tickets, has no rep requirement, and the objective is to collect and turn in 6 of these widgets. These are made from engineers. The required level to craft is 260, or artisan. The reagents are 3 Thorium bars and 1 rune cloth. For Carrie Hicks's level 40 quest, it's called Rituals of Strength. The ticket reward is 20, and there's no rep requirement, and she requires you to bring her 8 dense grinding stones. These are required from blacksmithing, of course. The required level to craft is 250 or artisan, and the reagents for each are 4 dense stone. And finally, Kronos' level 40 quest is he wants some armor kits. 20 tickets is your reward, no rep requirement, and the objective is to collect and turn in 8 rugged armor kits. These are made from leatherworkers. The required level is 250 or artisan to craft, and each kit will cost 5 rugged leather to make. Alright, we've gone over how to get tickets, now let's go over how to spend your tickets. Gelvas Grimegate serves as your ticket turn-in NPC. He's the person you're going to turn tickets in for rewards. There are a total of 9 redemption quests ranging from 5 Darkmoon Faire tickets all up to 1200. Now these provide you with an item or a prize. Now prizes award an item, but the contents are unknown until you actually open it. It's like a sealed container. Make sure you understand that these quests have level requirements. If you somehow, I don't know how you would do this, but you acquire 1200 tickets at level 1, you can't go get an epic purple level 60 item just because you have the tickets to spend for it. The first thing you can get is the Darkmoon Flower. This costs 5 tickets. You can get it as low as level 6, and all it rewards is a held in offhand item that's aesthetically just a flower you can hold in your offhand. This is non-soulbound and non-unique. For 15 tickets, you can get yourself a minor Darkmoon prize. You can get this as low as level 15, and the reward is a minor Darkmoon prize containing 1 item. It could be a level 16 to 20 green uncommon item, a level 17 to 19 white shoulders, which is an upgrade usually for most people at this point, a 10 slot bags, some gems, and a very low chance of a blue item, and an example is the Band of Purification you see here on the slide. For 25 tickets, as low as level 10, you can get last month's Mutton. This is a one-handed mace that does actually do damage, but it's more of an aesthetic thing, and you can hold a piece of meat in your hand if you want. This is a white common quality mace, and it's non-unique and non-soulbound, so you can trade it, mail it, wherever you want to do. For 12 tickets, as low as level 30, you can get a lesser Darkmoon prize, and this rewards you with a lesser Darkmoon prize, which contains one item, a level 31 to 35 green uncommon item, a 14 slot bag, gems, or a very low chance of a blue rare item. An example would be the enormous ogre belt here, as seen in the image. For 40 tickets, as low as level 45, you can get yourself a greater Darkmoon prize, which contains one item, a level 46 to 50 green uncommon item, some gems again, or a low chance of a blue item. Some examples are the Basilisk Bone and the Deep Fury Bracers, which are actually pretty nice. For 50 tickets, at level 45, you can also get yourself last year's Mutton. This is very similar to last month's Mutton. The only difference is it looks a little bit different. There's not a bite taken out of it. And this is a white one-handed mace, 31.5 DPS. It's non-unique and non-soulbound, so you can trade it and sell it and mail it. And interestingly, if you're a class that's capable of dual wielding, you can get 2 of these and dual wield them and run around with them and hit people with meat. This could be pretty funny, especially if you're ganking lobies. Imagine like you run up to a lobby and you smack him with 2 pieces of meat and kill him. I think that's pretty funny. So that's something you can do with this. And for 50 tickets, with a level requirement of 8, so as low as level 8, you can get this, a Darkmoon Storage Box, which is a 14 slot bag. Now imagine if you can get this level 8, it's going to be really hard to accrue 50 tickets that low, but if you did, you can get this storage box. Now this is unique, you only have one of them, but it's non-soulbound, meaning that you can mail it, sell it, or trade it. So this is pretty interesting, especially if you have a low alt. You can give them a 14 slot bag for 50 tickets, which is pretty nice. Now for the 1200 prizes. For 1200 tickets, you can get yourself, at level 55, the Amulet of the Dark Moon. This is a purple epic quality necklace. It's buy no pickup, so it's soulbound, and this is a pre-raid, pre-WL BIS equivalent, and this is actually pretty nice. It rivals the Onyxia Tooth Pendant, and it also can rival the Mark of Forging. I think this is actually a pretty nice piece. If you don't have the time to farm some pieces, this could be a really good pre-raid alternative for warriors and rogues, maybe enhancement shaman as well, so I definitely recommend it. The other thing you can get at 1200 tickets is the Orb of the Dark Moon. This is another purple epic quality necklace. This is more of a caster / healer piece. It gives 11 stamina, 8 spirit, and 22 healing and damage. This is a pre-raid BIS equivalent, but there are many better items available, like the animated chain necklace and the Choker the Fire Lord from MC. If you can't get anything, this is better than nothing, but if you can get animated chain necklace, I'd always go with that over this piece. So we went over a lot of NPCs that have to do with quests, tickets, and stuff like that, but there are many other NPCs in Darkmoon Faire that don't have anything to do with tickets at all. We should definitely go over them because they can provide a lot of different things, including items and even very powerful buffs. First one is Selania, who is your drink vendor. She sells water and alcohol. The water is not cheaper than the water you would get at that level anyway. She sells bottled winter spring water and fizzy fair drink. The bottled winter spring water is level 35 water, the fizzy fair drink is level 15. Costs the same as you would from your home rep. Now if you have honor and reputation with the Darkmoon Faire, of course this will decrease by 10%, but if you're honored with your home faction, it's also by 10%, so it should even out. She also sells 2 alcoholic drinks, one the Darkmoon Special Reserve, and cheap beer. Next is Stamp Thunderhorn, who is your food vendor. He sells food. Again, it's not different price for that level food that you would get from a food vendor from your home city or your faction. However, these food are unique and you could, trade it to someone, and it's got a lot of flavor there as well. So if you're looking for some interesting food that you've never seen before, check out Stamp Thunderhorn's wares. The next is Professor Thaddeus Paleo, who sells exotic goods. He sells a lot of different scrolls. Most scrolls in the game you can buy from him. So the scrolls that increase your stats, that are random drops from NPCs, well this guy will actually sell them to you and you can buy them. He also sells potions, he sells vials for alchemy, and he also serves as a Darkmoon card guy. We'll get into this in a second. When Darkmoon Faire launches, there will be additions to loot tables of many mobs in the world that drop cards, and if you put the cards together into a deck, that deck can be turned into Paleo for an interesting trinket. We'll get into that in a little bit. The next is Laura, who's also an exotic goods vendor, but she sells herbs, leather, weapons, and jewelry in limited quantities. If you're looking for a weapon upgrade, you may have to beat other people to her, because she sells some pretty nice bows that could be really good for hunter progression, a staff, and a dagger, which really aren't bad, and they're green, uncommon quality stuff. She also sells salt for leather workers in unlimited supply, so you don't have to worry about her running out of salt. And she also sells some pretty nice level 50 jewelry for 5 gold each. The Darkmoon ring restores 6 health per 5 seconds and 6 stamina, not a bad tanking piece, and the Darkmoon necklace at level 50 is 6 intellect and restores 6 mana per 5. This is actually a pretty good pre-raid piece for shaman and paladins, and maybe even other healers depending on your itemization if you can't get your hands on some other pre-raid pieces. The next is Flick, who is the pet vendor. He sells heavy leather balls, which is not a pet, but you can buy them, throw them to a friendly player, and it'll go into their inventory. If they have space, they can throw it back to you. So basically that leather ball can go from person to person to person all over the world. That's a pretty cool, flavorful thing. He also sells 2 pets, the tree frog box and the wood frog box. Those are 1 gold each. These are soulbound, but on use. If you buy it, you can sell it, trade it, or mail it, but as soon as you click it and use it, it will become soulbound. And these are 1 gold apiece, and the heavy letter ball is 20 copper. The next is Moria, or Moria. Now this is a hidden quest NPC, and if you talk to her, she'll tell you that she's lost her frog Jub Jub. Now he's running loose around the fair, but you can't catch him, you can't coax him towards her, and you gotta figure out how to get the frog to her. If you wanna know how to do this, spoiler alert, I'm gonna explain how to do it. If you wanna figure out on your own, you might wanna go to the next slide. So the way to get him to move is you need an item called the Dark Iron Ale Mugs. Now these are only obtainable from one NPC in Blackrock Depths called Plugger Spazring. These are not soulbound, so you can sell them in the auction house, but you can buy it from him in the Grim Guzzler in Blackrock Depths for 6 silver each. I would buy at least 2 of these, but I would probably buy a lot more in case you screw up. So if you go to BRD, get these mugs, head back to the fair and wait for Jub Jub to be right near Moria. And if you drop that mug on the ground, he'll come up and slurp it up. And if he drinks it right at her feet, she will see it, and then she'll have a quest available for you. And the only thing that her quest tasks is you to give her another mug. So if you have another one in your inventory, you give it in, you turn in the quest, and she'll give you an unhatched jubbling egg, which will hatch in 7 days into a beer frog pet, which is pretty cool. Now, a really interesting note is that the beer frog pet, which you got from this quest, and the disgusting oozling, which is another pet you can obtain, will drink up this spilled dark iron mug if you drop it on the ground. Just a little flavorful thing. If you want to get the disgusting oozling, it is a very rare chance of dropping in an oozing bag, which oozing bags drop from oozes level 50 plus. You probably have seen this if you ever killed an ooze and you see this green bag in your inventory and you click on it, there's some gold and some crap in there. Well, there's a very low chance that disgusting oozling will be in there. Okay, moving on to Sagey, which is or Sage, if the Y is silent. This is the buff giving NPC. This is the fortune teller. And he offers a series of useful buffs if you answer his questions in a certain order. The buffs last 2 hours and they have a 4-hour cooldown, so you can't do this again if you already got a buff within 4 hours. Now, a very important thing, this is base stat based. So for an example, if you have 300 stamina, but 240 is from items, you only have 60 stamina base. So if you get the plus 10 stamina buff from Sagey, that only gives you 6 extra stamina. That's why at high levels, it's much better to get the plus damage buff from Sagey. If you see on the right-hand table, this is a table that is a key to how to get each buff. So for example, let's go over the first row. For the plus 10 damage buff, he'll ask you 2 questions. For the first question, you're going to answer slay the man. For the second answer, you're going to answer with execute your friend painfully. If you do those 2 things, you'll get the 10% damage buff. If you answer in a different way, you'll get a different buff, and each possible buff and answer combination is in that table there on the right, so check that out if you need to know which answers to use for a certain buff. Now, interestingly, Sagey also gives fortunes. He gives 29 in total. Each time you do this question and answer, you'll get a fortune. Now, most of them just say something, flavor text, but there are 4 of them in the game that actually start a treasure hunt. And the required level to do these hunts is level 10. You must have the fortune in your inventory to do it, and as a reward, you'll receive a mysterious lockbox and some silver. And in the lockbox could be potions, food, a white or green item, and reagents of various level. Now, for fortune number 23, your fortune awaits you in Eastvale. All you have to do is go to Eastvale Logging Camp in Elwyn Forest, click on the haystack at 84.9, 64.4, and you'll be able to turn in the quest. For fortune 24, your fortune awaits you inside the Dead Mines. All you have to do is simply zone into the Dead Mines dungeon, and you'll see a chest spawn right in front of you. Click it, and you'll be able to complete the quest. Fortune number 25, your fortune awaits you inside Wailing Cavern. Very similar. You go into Wailing Caverns, follow the path a little bit, and you'll see the chest spawn right before the first raptor pull. You can click on this and you'll get your reward. And for the last one, fortune number 27, your fortune awaits you outside Palemain Rock. This is in Mulgore. If you click at 35, 62.5, you'll be able to turn in this quest at the mysterious tree stump. Now let's move on to the Darkmoon cards and the Darkmoon decks. There are 4 different decks. Each of them can award a trinket once you complete them, and the trinkets are here in front of you. And most of them are pretty interesting. Personally, I think the Darkmoon Blue Dragon has the most potential usage, but there are usages for all of these trinkets, and they're really situational, and they could be really cool in PvP as well. So I would definitely get your hands on some of these if you can. Now, how do the decks work? There are a total of 4 decks, as I stated: the Beast deck, the Elementals deck, the Portals deck, and the Warlords deck. A deck constitutes only 8 cards, going from Ace, which is technically 1, up to 8. Cards 2 through 8 for each deck are random high-level world and dungeon drops from elites and non-elites level 48 plus. Aces, however, for each deck only drop from certain dungeon bosses or certain world bosses, which we'll get into in a second. These can be traded and bought and sold in the auction house. Just so you know, if you have a card drop and you don't need it, you can sell it in the auction house for some coin. Once you have them all, you can combine them into a deck, and that deck can be turned into Professor Thaddeus Paleo for an epic trinket. So let's go over how to get the aces for each deck. Let's do the Beast deck first. The Ace of Beasts drops from the Beast, location in Upper Blackrock Spire, in the Furnace at 7667, and the drop rate is approximately 5%. For the Portals deck, the Ace drops off of Dark Master Ganling, located in Skullomance, in the Headmaster's Study at 6774, at a drop rate of 3%. For the Warlords deck, the Ace of Warlords drops from King Gordok in Dire Maul North, Gordok's Seat at 6750 at a drop rate of 7%. Now the Elementals deck can drop off of two bosses. The Lord Incendius, located in Blackrock Depths, Shadowforge City at 4948 with a drop rate of 2%, and Hydrospawn in Dire Maul East at 6587, also with a drop rate of 2%. However, 4 additional NPCs can drop the Ace of Elementals, and these are the leaders of the Elemental Invasions. This event was added in patch 1.4, so it should release in Phase 2 of Classic WoW, and by Phase 3, they should start dropping, or having a chance to drop, the Aces of Elementals. These are on a 2 to 4 day respawn timer, and once the leader of one invasion is killed, a new invasion will start in 2 to 4 days. Baron Char, who is the leader of the Fire Elementals, located in Fireplume Ridge and Ungoro Crater. Avalancheon, level 58 as well, located in northeastern Ashera, is the Rock Elemental. Tempestra, located at Lake Kelthariel in Winterspring, which is a water leader of the Water Elementals, and the Wind Reaver, who is leader of the Air Elementals, located in northwestern Silithus. So if you see these leaders, try to get a group together and kill them, because they do have chances of also dropping the Ace of Elementals. Finally, let's go over the mini-games that are available in the Darkmoon Faire. The first one is the Blastenheimer 5000 Ultra Cannon. This is a cannon that launches you into the air with a slow fall buff called Magic Wings. So all you have to do is click on it and it'll shoot you. Now it's located in the fair itself if it's located in Elwyn, and if it's located in Mulgore, it'll be in the lower rise, the main rise of Thunder Bluff, where the auction house and the bank is. And the objective is to land into a target, and the cannon will shoot you wherever your back is facing. So if you put your back to the target and click the cannon, it should shoot you in that direction. And the goal is to click the slow fall buff off at the right moment so you fall through the target. Now, be careful, if you land on ground, you can be injured or killed because you're not landing in the water, obviously. Now, the locations of the targets are either in Crystal Lake, if in Elwyn, or Stonebull Lake, right outside of Bloodhoof Village in Mulgore. It doesn't really give you anything if you do this. It's just kind of bragging rights, but it's a lot of fun. I can spend an hour doing this. You just kind of click on it and launched, and you kind of just fly through the air. You can even try to get some interesting places you've never been before in the map. You can put yourself on top of a cliff or something that you couldn't normally access. I really recommend doing this and mess around with it and see where you can land. The next is the Darkmoon Steam Tonks, and these are kind of like the first ever pet battle in Warcraft at all. And you can use the Tonk control console located within the Darkmoon Faire to control these little robotic Tonks. They're basically like radio controlled cars, and this will spawn a Tonk if you click on the control console, and a secondary pet action bar will pop up, like if you had a pet, if you're a warlock or a hunter, and if you are a warlock or a hunter, it will despawn the pet that you currently have, so just keep that in mind. You can fight other Tonks being controlled by other players in the area. They have a few abilities. They have a cannon shot, which shoots straight. They have a mortar, which you can kind of direct, and they have nitro boost, which increases their speed and stuff like that at the cost of their resources. So it's a lot of fun. It's basically a little pet battle. It's something you can do with your friends and guildies, and VX Cosmos suggested to kind of do like bets. If I beat you, you give me 5 gold. If you beat me, I give you 5 gold, kind of thing. That could be a lot of fun. I highly recommend trying that out as well. Well, ladies and gents, that takes care of the Darkmoon Faire guide. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really had a lot of fun making it. Thanks VX Cosmos. Thank you, Nick Stain. Without you guys, I could not get this done in the manner that I did. I really appreciate your help. If you like this content, guys, don't forget to give a like. And if you enjoy the type of videos we make and you want to see more guides and other types of content, consider subscribing to the channel. We do a podcast regularly called DefTalk, which is listenable on SoundCloud, Google Play, Stitcher, and iTunes. We have a Twitter and a Discord if you'd like to follow us and join the Defcamp Melderon TV community. Those links will all be in the description. And Defcamp streams regularly on Twitch and on YouTube at twitch.tv/Defcamp. Also, this guide, along with many others, is available on classicwall.live, a source for the community to upload guides, a source for tools, and a source for forums, and a database for the Classic WoW community. If you want to peruse other guides or even create your own guide, definitely check out ClassicWoW.live. Thank you, patrons, for making videos like this possible and continuing to increase the quality of our videos here on Defcamp Melderon TV. Thank you so much for your support. Guys, with that, I'd like to say goodbye. I hope you really delve into the Darkmoon Faire and see what it has to offer. It's a great way to just kind of spend some time and have fun in the game outside of your normal grind. I really highly recommend it. Keep on keybinding and grinding, everyone. I hope to see you all in the Classic WoW Darkmoon Faire. Greetings, adventurers. Melderon here. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you'd like to sport some official Defcamp Melderon t-shirts and hoodies, head on over to Brand Young Media's Defcamp Melderon TV merchandise website. The link is in the description below.